Welcome to the Crest Company's how-to guide for setting up your 24-hour timer. There are instructions on the rear of the packaging, and we'll go through that in this video, and we trust that it will assist you in setting up your timer. So here's a timer that I've opened up already. Let's just go through a couple of items about the timer before we move into the programming of it. On the side of the timer here, you'll see a switch. There are two positions. One is indicated by a clock, and one is indicated by an eye symbol. When the switch is in the lower position on the clock, it means that the timer will control whatever's plugged into the timer. If you switch it to the bypass, which is I, that means that it's bypassing the timer altogether, and anything that's plugged into the timer here will be on. So we'll just turn it back down to the timer for now. On the face of the timer, the outer ring of the dial, we have, you can see here, 24-hour time intervals all the way around there. This large arrow around here identifies the direction that the timer will be rotating in automatically once it is actually plugged in. And over here we have a black triangle indicating the current time. Along the outer edge of the time face here are lots of little tags. Each of these tags, you can see the lines there, each of these tags indicate 15 minutes. And what we do is, using a fingernail if you have one, or something like a pen, you can actually push these tags from the top just down. You can see there's one there that's down. If you push a few of them down, that means that these ones here are on. And you can see behind there, there's actually orange background behind there. That means throughout that period, anything that's plugged into the timer will be on. And these ones here that are up still, that would indicate that anything plugged into the timer will be off. For each of these ones that you push down, there is orange indicator behind to show that these ones are in the on position. So let's just put them all in the up position, and we will start to set up our timer. So first up, we need to set the current time. At the moment, it is actually 2 o'clock in the afternoon. Remembering that it is 24-hour time, 2 o'clock is actually 1400 hours. And so the little arrow here lines up with the 14. So that is the current time. So if I was to want my lamp that's sitting back there to turn on from 3 o'clock, what I would do is, once again with a fingernail or something like a pen, I would push some of these tags into the on position. So here we've got from here all the way to there, so that would be a 1 hour period from 3 in the afternoon till 4 in the afternoon. See, all those ones are down, so they're showing orange. That means that anything plugged into the timer will turn on for that period of time. As I said before, each of these little tags is 15 minutes. So I could put one down there. That would be on for 15, off for 15, on for 15, off, on, and you can continue as much as you needed it to, depending on your requirements. So let's plug this into our Crest board here and plug our lamp in. And I'll show you, first up, remember our bypass switch? It's in the timer position at the moment, which means the timer is controlling whatever's plugged into it. So in this example, we've got a lamp plugged in, and at the moment, at 2 o'clock, all the tags are up, which means they're all off. If I switch this to the bypass location, it means that we bypass the clock and anything plugged in to the timer will be on, as you can see by my lamp there. So let's just put it back down to the timer position. So that timer will automatically rotate, and as the time comes around, it will actually turn on and off as shown by these little tags. Now, for the purpose of this video, I'm going to rotate it manually, but this will rotate automatically now that it's plugged in. So just for this video, I'll show you how over time this dial would turn automatically until it got to 3 o'clock in the afternoon, and then, oh, there we go. It hit our first tag that's in the on position, which has turned on my light. So because we set it to be on from 3 all the way through till 4 o'clock, if that was rotating around automatically, it would stay on until 4 o'clock when it would turn off, because this one here is in the off position, it's up. The next one, 15 minutes later, is in the on position, so as the timer rotates round, it would get to that position and turn it on. And as it kept going, 15 minutes later, it would turn off again. And it would continue on and off and on and off, because that is how many times we have set it to be on and off according to these little tags. Now, what would happen then is, because the rest of these tags are all in the off position, as the timer would rotate around automatically over the next 24 hours, it would rotate around all the way around until 3 o'clock tomorrow afternoon, because that's when we set the first tag to be on. So once this little arrow got around all the way around to 3 o'clock tomorrow, it would turn back on again, and it would continue in that manner until you decided to change the settings. So hopefully this video has helped you with your setting up of your 24-hour timer. We trust that this video and the instructions will allow you to set up the timer as you need.